Wakanda Forever. It's the Wakandan salute, a battle cry, and it's used to signify respect. Rachel Davies from The Mary Sue wrote that Wakanda Forever signifies longevity and meaning well beyond the framework of the first film, while also becoming a symbol for Black pride in real life. So of course, it's a genuinely perfect title in my opinion, one that is larger than Black Panther in promo material, and I believe that's because this has become about more than the Black Panther. It's about what the Black Panther, to go deeper, Chadwick Boseman represents. The entire movie Black Panther Wakanda Forever is a loving, caring tribute to him. Boseman is the first thing we think about and the last thing we think about going into the movie. And how it's handled is genuinely one of the greatest things and most beautiful things I've ever seen. The movie deals with grief, how we handle loss, and I think that's incredible. It's about how we all deal with death differently, and how long we keep that feeling of injustice, of helplessness within us. And while the movie does stumble a bit at times, I do think that at the end of the day, this is the best Phase 4 film. And hot take, I do think that it's better than the first movie. Before we talk about Wakanda Forever, let's talk about established titles. Alright, so you've heard me call myself Lord Mauricio in the past. Lord Mauricio. Well, that's because I actually am a lord, thanks to Established Titles, today's sponsor. Established Titles is a dope way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland, while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on the historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, or lords and ladies in English. And you can actually change your name to Lord or Lady and get it on credit cards, plane tickets, etc. The title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. So forget your degree, this is what you want to display in your home. Your certificate features a unique plot number so you know exactly where your land is, and hey, a tree is planted with every order. It makes a fun last minute gift, there's couple packs too, and they're currently running a Black Friday sale. If you use the code Browntable, you get an additional 10% off, so go to establishedtitles.com/browntable to get your gifts now and help support the channel. And listen up, the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot. So yeah, let's just say we could build our own little Browntable kingdom. Thanks so much Established Titles for sponsoring this video, and let's get on to it. I walked into Wakanda Forever, sat down, and was immediately greeted with the fact that King T'Challa is gone. Chadwick Boseman is gone. There's this mood to the movie that is just not present, I believe, in any Marvel film. I guess other than Endgame, but this time it's different because it also engages in real-life truths. And you know, Letitia Wright, I'm not a huge fan of her for obvious reasons, but I'm trying to judge it as like a movie. And judging her in that context, she fucking kills it, dude. The fact that they were able to progress her character from goofy young adult to just adult in this film is great. And, you know, obviously it's been like 5 years, but the movie does more to show you that she has grown rather than just saying, oh, time has passed and now she's more mature. We see why and how this has happened, and it's genuinely great. And Shuri needed it. Shuri needed it to carry this film. There's a genuine sense of progression in this film, and I love that since both Black Panther and now Wakanda Forever only lightly touch the greater MCU, it really does feel like a self-contained saga. Events from the first movie very much impact the events of Wakanda Forever, and it doesn't feel like another chapter in the MCU. It feels like the story of Wakanda is moving forward. Ryan Coogler, his movies are phenomenal, you know, Fruitvale Station, Creed, excellent. To be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of Black Panther though. The universal impact cannot be understated, but I thought the film was just solid. I think the movie's themes and messages were better than like the movie it was in. This movie though, everything about it is just on a whole nother level, I feel. Despite Killmonger being a better antagonist, everything feels that much more raw. It's not a moral dilemma that only affects the Black Panther. The dilemma in this movie affects everyone. It's Wakanda Forever for a reason, and seeing how it's handled, the direction, the acting, the respect this movie puts out is so apparent that it makes every other Phase 4 movie pale in comparison. It especially makes Love and Thunder look like dog shit because you can tell this was crafted with care and attention, unlike that Thor product. Shang-Chi is on a similar level to this movie, but this movie has a rawness to it, partly because it's a tribute to Chadwick, and it elevates the movie completely. Now Namor, or Namor, how he gets his name by the way, is probably the sickest shit fucking ever. But yeah, Namor is an excellent antagonist Fucking Latino representation, let's go. And I genuinely love that while he has more malevolent reactions, his intentions are also justified. The dude on God just wants to kill Riri Williams, which, okay bro, that's awful. You can relax, you know? But you also understand why once you see Talokan and everything he has to protect. You shake your head when he's like, nah, I'm gonna tear up Wakanda to kill that girl. And it's just the way it plays out, the way the story plays out. It's very much a tense and brutal demonstration about how violence and war only breeds catastrophe. The murder of a Talokanian? Her death leads to Namor absolutely wrecking Wakanda. And what's great is that you see Shuri wanting to save that Talokan citizen from death, and honestly, if she saved her ass, the whole catastrophe would have been avoided, and her mother would be alive! Shuri is not a bad person, but her anger at the world for taking away her brother and then Namor taking away her mother leads her down a path of revenge. And that is a very unique premise which I really enjoyed seeing. It's like Peter's revenge arc in No Way Home, but better. I love No Way Home, by the way. The only issue I have with this movie is its third act. Like Shuri becoming the Black Panther, it's a phenomenal sequence, and her seeing Killmonger in the astral plane is brilliant, but also I really wish that the movie honed in on the fact that the path she's taking is the wrong one. It is stated, but I feel that direction-wise and musically, I feel like it was understated. I wish Shuri was portrayed in the same way Namor is when she decides to kill his ass, because now she's on his level. But the movie has the Wakanda music play, they all go Wakanda Forever, and it's a very triumphant moment before the final battle. And I don't know, I feel like it should have been more disturbing to see, because this is like war now. Like, this is wartime here, and it's two nations fighting, you know, and it's like, whoa! I have my issues with The Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 spoilers, by the way, but how it handles the messy resolution between Ellie and Abby is brilliant. It's ugly, it's mean. Nobody walks away happy because of all the losses. While Shuri and Namor's fight is exactly what was needed, we cut back to the armies of Wakanda and Talokan just going at it and killing each other, and there's just like this triumphant superhero-y vibe going on. It's like almost fun, and I don't think that's what was needed for the third act. Like, we have Riri going woo and shooting up Talokan soldiers, meanwhile Shuri is like somewhere else desperately trying to murder Namor. There's a real disconnect going on, and it kind of took me out of it. That being said, the resolution, Shuri deciding to put an end to the cycle of violence, of revenge, is perfect. Seeing Shuri and Namor reach a conclusion where no one else has to die is probably the best ending possible to a movie like this. I'm glad they didn't kill Namor. Obviously they wouldn't kill Namor, but for a second I was like, are they gonna kill Namor? And I was like, dude, that's such a bad idea. I'm glad they didn't. The way the movie resolves the message on grief, on trauma, is incredible. I genuinely cannot believe the topics and ideas this movie tackles. It discusses them with the audience so elegantly, it's surreal. From T'Challa's passing, to Namor's history and intergenerational trauma, to the horrors of war. It's peak cinema. The movie has character progression for everyone. Shuri matures into a more capable hero, M'Baku grows into a leader, Queen Ramonda is still like a rock for the heroes, she reacts appropriately to the story and also talks about the prior film. Angela Bassett is 1 in a million, and her character's death acts as a catalyst for character development. Okoye is the best she's ever been, Nakia is great, Lupita Nyong'o, I love you, and Teno Huerta Mejia as Namor. I need to see more of him, I have to see more of him, give me more of Namor. Please. The finale of the movie is, I feel, predictable. You know it's gonna happen when Queen Ramonda burns her funeral robes. But how the finale is executed is peak cinema. Like, the last 2 minutes of this movie, they're just so cathartic. The movie really is a tribute to him and the hero he helped develop. And thank fuck that the after credits scene isn't some villain tease bullshit or some other universe expanding scene. It's still Shuri, but now with Nakia and you-know-who, and it's genuinely such a bittersweet, hopeful moment. It's just, they killed it. It's probably like top 3 MCU moments. Like, that's how good that scene is. The fact that they allowed the movie to end there, just a shot of Shuri, and then the credits roll and Rihanna starts playing. Like, that is such a decision, and I love that decision. It's like how Infinity War ended with Thanos just sitting down and he's like, yep, I just killed half of everything. It has that kind of impact, but again, this movie is elevated because of real world events, and that, again, elevates the entire movie. This movie is a movie. Now, I know that every MCU movie is a movie, but this is one of those MCU movies that is like a movie. Do you understand I hope you understand what I mean. There's a weight to it. There's a reason that it exists that goes further than just being another chapter in the MCU. It's not, we need to expand the universe, we need to hype shit up, we need to add more cameos, we gotta progress the multiverse. Like, fuck off. I need more movies like Wakanda Forever. I want more storytelling that doesn't feel like it's solely building to another movie. I want more storytelling that doesn't feel like it's just a chapter in a character's life so that audiences know what they're up to and just doesn't drop them out of their subconscious. I saw this movie in a full theater with Marvel fans, and there wasn't even that much cheering or clapping. This movie was captivating and engrossing in the best way possible. And you just know it. You can see it from the very first scene. I'm so happy this movie exists. I'm really happy that they were able to continue the story of the Black Panther in a satisfying way. And of course, rest in power, Chadwick Boseman. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to check out Interstellar Ranger Commence, the animated series Browntable's developing. Episode 2 is out now. Thank you Pretzeltown Comics for this Hope Griffin fan art. Love your art style. Thank you so much. Thank you patrons as well for all your support. Y'all keep me and the channel alive, honestly. And if you want to support the channel, join the Patreon. Lastly, if you want to have a permanent seat at the Brown Table, subscribe and turn on notifications to get a chair. You'll officially become part of the Brown Table, and that means you will get feathers on your ankles. You can now fly. So thank you for coming to the table, and I'll see you all next time.